Welcome everyone to the Research Forum. I'm so glad you could join us today. Ahmed's running a little bit late, so I'm going to kick us off. I hope you all are doing well, staying healthy, safe. I'm hoping some of you are not with us today because you're on vacation and taking some time for yourselves, but welcome. And I'm going to first turn it over to Kelly for some proposal updates, and then we'll move forward with the agenda. So Kelly, you're up.
All right, thanks, Cindy. I just wanted to remind everybody once again that it's really important that the PI certifies a proposal prior to approving it. We're still getting a handful of them in, and it's delaying the process because we have to send it back to departments. I have heard from some departments that they've changed their processes a little bit, and they're asking their chair to not approve IPFs until the PI has actually certified. So I just wanted to put that out there for consideration in case that would work for some of your departments, because it would help us expedite proposals once they arrive to receive them complete with those certifications when they hit the intake desk. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to everybody about this morning are proposals under which they're collaborators from other institutions with effort. So we've got someone, for example, from Stanford that's going to be committing effort to a project. We consider that cost shared effort. And what we are asking for is that when those situations arise, we get a signed commitment letter from the other institution with an AOR signature submitted with the IPF and Cayuse. And I recognize that this isn't something we've routinely requested in the past, but it is something that's becoming more commonplace, and we're seeing requests more often when we are the collaborator on another institution's project. And this helps for both audit purposes at both institutions, but it also helps both institutions to know that there's no compliance issues, and both parties know that there is a commitment of resources that both sides have agreed to. So again, some of you may have seen those requests come to us if there have been questions from the other institution, but we're now asking if it's a collaborator on our project that it come over with the IPF, the commitment letter. I saw a question, what is an AOR? That's authorized organizational representative. So whoever's authorized at their institution to sign off on it will be the one we would want to sign that commitment letter. Oh, thank you, Grace. And that's all I have for proposals today. Does anybody have any specific questions for me? Okay, I don't see anything, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Grace, and I'll be watching the chat box in case anything comes up.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Good morning from awards. This is Grace Liu, Associate Director of the awards team for SPO. Just two quick announcements. The first one is if a sponsor contacts your PI or your department requesting an insurance certificate form, please forward that request to awards@ucdavis.edu. Don't forward that directly to risk management. Risk management has asked SPO that those requests should come from SPO to them. Okay, so if you get contacted by the sponsor, forward that just directly onto SPO, and we will work with the risk management team to get that insurance certificate. Okay, so SPO to risk management, that's how that works. And the second reminder is for summer salary. I know during this time it has kind of thrown a wrench into people's working schedules, but I want to remind people that summer salary paid for by an extramural award is not a guaranteed benefit. All right, so summer salaries are explicitly linked to a statement of work associated with that sponsored project. And if there are any changes to summer salary, we need that pre-approved. Okay, you can't just sit at home and, you know, not tell the sponsor and deal with it after the fact. We need to maybe have a rebudget or a change in scope of work if there's any change to that summer salary portion. Okay, so please let sponsored programs know if there are any changes to summer salary situations. And we can help you reach out to the sponsor to get prior approval for any changes to summer salary. All right, are there any questions about that? Okay, well, that was short and sweet from me. And if you have any questions, you can email me directly, giliu@ucdavis.edu, or type it into the chat if you can think of a question before the end of the forum. All right, who's next on the agenda? I'll pass it on to James.
One thing I want to say to everyone is you should be able to raise your hand in the participant screen under the list of participants. If there's something you'd like to say or a question you want to ask out loud, you can do that instead of chat as well. So I wanted to share that, Grace.
Okay, so my turn. Okay, it's going to be a quick meeting, it looks like. I wanted to share a couple of things. One is just a reminder that we are still pretty short-staffed over in CGA. We're trying to get some things filled, but please, sorry, but I have to continue to ask you for your patience as we're trying to process things through. We're doing the best we can in these trying times. Speaking of trying times, congratulations everyone that made it through all of your fiscal close steps. We in CGA are wrapping up this week, and in fact today is really one of our most critical days, so we're trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done. But I wanted to share something that's related to the fiscal close process that has to do with dropping history. We have been rolling history balances forward for quite a number of years on closed awards just because it didn't really harm anything. But this year we're going to go ahead and not roll history balances forward on awards that ended 4 or more years ago, that are completely closed out, that have no balance, that are zeroed, what we call zero down, zero across. I just want to, because we haven't done this in about a decade, I just wanted to show you what this looks like. It really shouldn't affect you in any way. The data is all still there. It's just that it won't roll forward into the fiscal 21 reports. And let's see if I do a share screen and this screen. And so hopefully everyone can see an FIS 55 report. This, I just grabbed a random one from a decade ago to show you, just to remind you what the way it used to look. So once we had an award all closed out, we have what we call zero down and zero across, meaning everything's in balance. All the income and expenses line up, all of the budget consolidations are balanced out. What you may remember is when we go to the next year, when we drop history on this, what that means is when you go to the next year, it just looks like a bunch of zeros. And then if you try to run the report in at least for 1 year, it'll come back and you can see that an award existed on this fund, 29022. If you try to run the report in a following year, you just get a no results found message. But again, all the information is there. Here's a transaction listing I ran from the beginning of time up to today. So all of that data is still there. There's that here. If I look at the very bottom, this specific expense account has 959,338 of expense. Well, that was the same amount that we had over here. So don't worry if you use the 55 frequently and you pull it up like on the July ledger or August or whenever and something's not there, you just have to step back in time a little bit if you want to see it on a 55. You can run it on a 2 and it'll be just fine. Let's see. I think a chat message just came in, but I can't find my chat box. So if it's directed at me, could someone tell me what it says?
James, it's actually for Grace. It's actually for Grace.
Okay. Well, that's all I have. If there are any questions, I can try to field those as well. Thank you.
James, this is Corrine Esser. I have not quite related to what you're saying, but it is a concern over historical. Mm-hmm. So, and I haven't heard anyone talking about it yet, but when I go to run a Cognos payroll history, I have people who either don't work in the summer or who just retired, and I can't run them with a 339. I can't, because they're not in UC Path, they don't show up. And so I feel like I have to start putting project codes on every person I hire, but if the entire campus is doing that, I don't even know, project codes are going to run out. So am I missing something?
I do not know, Corinne, how, I'm not an expert on the Cognos reports. I think you might want to report that to the UC Path help desk and just ask them, you know, if there's a different way of running it to get the information without doing a bunch of extra work, or if there's an enhancement that they can try to put in.
Yeah, okay. I will talk to them. I just thought maybe you guys had come across this.
No, that's actually the first I've heard of that.
It's, okay, wow.
But
Thank
again, I'm not really a Cognos report. I use it much less frequently than you do, so.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm not seeing any questions for James, which this might be a first. But we do have a question for Grace. Grace, it looks like we might have, are you responded already? Wonderful. So Grace answered Twet's question there. Do we have anything else? Oh, here's another question. What system can I use to look up award information, including notice of awards and responsible PIs? Grace, do you want to respond to that, or do you want me to?
Cayuse? I mean, what kind of award information are you looking for? Cayuse is, you know, accessible to everybody, and you're able to search awards by PI, right? Search projects by PI. Otherwise, are you talking about specific sponsor systems? Yeah. So Nina, if you could give me some more information, I can help you. Okay.
Great, and I added a link there to the system that Grace mentions. And if you need assistance using that system, we have a lot of resources and guides on our website, and we also offer training sessions, so you can find those easily. Okay, well, if you have access issues, you can email our help desk, and I will put that email here in the chat screen for you. Everyone should have access if you have a Kerberos, but sometimes there can be issues. So if you have access issues, email orcayusehelp@ucdavis.edu. Provide your email address and I think your Kerberos name. Maybe Terry, he's on here. Terry can chat if I missed anything, but email that information to our help desk.
So if there's no other questions, I don't really have any like research compliance updates at this time. But I did want to update you on some of HR kind of things. The sponsor programs office, it has a number of vacancies right now, which is making it tough on everyone, I think, doing double duty to support each other. And I just wanted you to know, so that's tough. I think James Ringo also mentioned some difficulties on their side with some vacancies. So if you departments out there would stop stealing our people, I would be really grateful, number one. But yes, please be patient if there's delays and things, because we are short-staffed. We also, on the animal care and use side, are down about 25% of our positions due to retirements, and we have a vacancy at the IRB as well. So just to keep that in mind. And as we go through this whole vacancy management mechanism, you know, all of the HR stuff also takes more time. So we're doing the best we can with the resources we have in place. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the team for all the hard work they're doing in spite of these situations. So great kudos to all of you. And I think that's everything I have. Does anyone else have anything for the good of research at UC Davis? Okay. Well, I think it will be a short meeting then today. And thank you all for coming. And I hope you have a wonderful week forward. I actually will be on vacation for the next 2 weeks, starting on Friday. So I'll see you all in a couple of, well, at the next forum. Thank you.